Back now on Triad Today, and always glad we can spend a few minutes with some of the good folks, and I call them heroes, that work at Mountain Valley Hospice and Palliative Care. One of them's here with us right now. Kristie Byrd is Director of Inpatient Units at Mountain Valley Hospice and Palliative Care. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about volunteers for a minute. How important, I know that we have lots of different kind of folks on the show with all sorts of industries, and people talk about volunteers and how important they are. How important are volunteers where hospice is concerned?
They're vitally important to what we do in hospice. I call them our bread and butter. They, help provide companionship to our patients and families, support us in our inpatient units and in home care. And, just because of that, they bring a lot of joy and positivity and their own experiences to those who are at the end of life. What kind of volunteers are you looking for? I mean, what traits or characteristics should I have if I'm going to call up or go on the website or whatever and say, I'd like to be a volunteer? What do you... And most people would make good volunteers, but what are you looking for? So we really are looking for that person who's compassionate, empathetic, can really see themselves in the shoes of our patients and families and provide that good support to them.
And just so people understand at home, and we've talked about this before on some of these segments, that most people will receive hospice care from Kristie and her team in their own home. But there are 2 hospice homes that are operated by her team. And so would the volunteers you're looking for be sort of assigned to help interact with patients and families at the 2 hospice homes or in people's homes?
So we're looking for volunteers that would be willing to do both. So there might be volunteers who prefer to work with our patients in their homes, and that's okay. And there's those that prefer to work in our inpatient units and some that cross over.
Now, what if I say, well, Kristie, I saw you on TV talking about this, and I kind of like to volunteer, but there's some things I'm not good at. Maybe, what kinds of things can I do as a volunteer? What can I choose from?
Sure. So we can all sit and be with someone. And that's really one of the best things our volunteers do is provide that companionship and that respite support to the caregiver. In our inpatient units, they can provide that same type of support and help tend to patient needs. But we're also looking for volunteers who could do administrative work or bring other talents, massage therapy, pet therapy, all music talents.
Oh, I'm glad, before I forget, I'm glad you mentioned pets, and you also talked about respite care. Do you still have the Pet Peace of Mind service? What is that all about? Tell people.
Sure. So we have our Pet Peace of Mind program where we assist patients in helping take care of their pets as they're near an end of life, and if they need placement for their pets, we're going to try to help them find a home for that pet so they don't have to worry.
Yeah, I know as a pet lover, I've talked to people in hospice care. They're on their mind. What's going to happen to my friend, that furry friend that I've got. Before we run out of time, you also sort of connected and not connected, but I wanted to ask you about the We Honor Vets program. Is that still up and running?
Absolutely. We are part of the We Honor Veterans program, and with our volunteers, we love to have those veteran volunteers that have served in the military. We try to connect our veteran volunteers with our veteran patients because there's nothing like that person who has that comradeship and an understanding of what they have been through when they served in the military.
Can really relate to them.
Absolutely.
So even if you have a volunteer who was in the Navy and a patient who was in the Marines, they won't fight, they'll just talk.
No, they'll talk. They will connect. It's wonderful to see.
I think that's great. Up on screen, mtnvalleyhospice.org is the website. Please check that out. For more information, it'll have phone numbers on there. You can call and you can ask about the volunteer program. You can make donations. And if you have a loved one who might need hospice care, don't wait. Get in touch with the team. Kristie, thanks for everything.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.